Should people be allowed to genetically modify their children? This is a philosophical question that has been debated for many years. With the advancements in technology and science, we are now capable of modifying the genetic makeup of a human being. But is it ethical to do so? One of the main arguments in favor of genetic modification is that it can eliminate genetic disorders and diseases. By modifying the genes of an unborn child, we can prevent them from inheriting diseases such as cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and Huntington's disease. This would improve the quality of life for both the child and the family. However, opponents of genetic modification argue that we should not play God and that it is not our place to alter the genetic makeup of a human being. Another argument in favor of genetic modification is that it can enhance certain traits, such as intelligence or athleticism. Imagine being able to guarantee that your child will be a genius or a star athlete. This would undoubtedly give them an advantage in life. However, opponents argue that this could lead to a world where only the genetically modified are successful, leaving those who are not modified behind. There is also the issue of consent. If we allow parents to genetically modify their children, what happens when the child grows up and realizes they were modified without their consent? Do they have a right to be angry or feel violated? This raises important ethical questions about the autonomy of the individual. Furthermore, genetic modification could lead to a loss of genetic diversity, which could have unintended consequences. Without diversity, the human race could become more vulnerable to disease and environmental changes. It is important to consider the long-term implications of genetic modification before we start altering the genetic makeup of human beings. In conclusion, the question of whether people should be allowed to genetically modify their children is a complex and philosophical one. While it may have benefits in terms of eliminating genetic diseases and enhancing certain traits, there are also concerns about ethics, consent, and long-term consequences. Ultimately, it is up to us as a society to decide whether we are comfortable with the idea of manipulating the genetic makeup of human beings.